Hey there, it's O, and welcome to or back to my channel. Okay, let's address the elephant in the room. I know it's been a while since my first video upload, and that's because I fell out of drawing, because I felt that my art wasn't good enough to post, because I kept looking at these other art YouTubers with their professional setups and amazing art supplies, and I kept comparing myself to them and hating my own drawings in return. But after I talked to my mom, she gave me new inspiration to draw again, and I remembered why I decided to start a YouTube channel. And that's because I wanted to share my art journey with you all and have something to look back at in the future. And also to remind myself that I'm still starting out and I will get better. Now onto the video. As you can see, I am drawing. What am I drawing exactly? You'll see, but I'll give you a hint. So I don't really draw mythical creatures that much, but today I decided to get out of my comfort zone and decided to draw this mythical creature. I don't have a name for her yet, but if you guys have a name for her, comment down below. Another reason I drew this specific mythical creature is because I was watching the trailer for the new Winx Club reboot. It's definitely something, I'll say that, but it made me nostalgic for Winx Club. So I'm guessing by now you already know what I'm about to draw, but if you don't know, I will still give you more hints. So instead of watching Winx again, I don't know how I came to this conclusion, but I decided to watch the Tinkerbell franchise movies, and you'll see when I'm drawing this character that I definitely took inspiration from the Tinkerbell franchise, especially with her clothing. I'm sure you can tell by now that the way I draw has changed a lot. I don't know if I'm going to keep drawing like this, but I definitely like it more because I can draw shoes in a lot of different varieties now. But you know, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see if I keep it. If I do, if I don't, I don't know. We'll see. Here I struggled for a bit because the hands were not doing what I wanted them to do. I wanted them to be like clasp, holding together. The hands should be holding to each other, something like that. But it wasn't working, so I just decided to set the arms a bit far apart from the body to make it seem like she's ethereal, something like that, like she's calm. You'll see once I get to the facial expressions, you'll see what I'm going for. But yeah, and guys, over this break, yeah, let's call it a break. Over this break, I think my hand drawings, how I draw hands, has definitely improved. I'll say that. I still struggle, but it's still better than what you guys saw in the first video. It's because, like, yeah, during the time I wasn't uploading, yeah, I wasn't drawing, but at the same time I was drawing, but not really. I was doing mostly studies because I wanted to get better. Yeah, and I still struggle with making things like align together, but as you can see, I use the pencil to show where the hands align. But yeah, as you can see, I'm not perfect at all. I'm also still learning, so yeah. This is coming out of nowhere, but during my time off, I shockingly didn't only watch Hamilton and BoJack Horseman, but a new show which is huge for me, guys. Like, I only watch my comfort shows. But this time I decided to watch a new series called Stoked, which is made by the same people who created Total Drama. And guys, this show is so good. The animation is beautiful and the soundtrack makes the whole show better in my opinion. And this is coming from a person who only listens to musicals, but it's honestly a fun show. The only problem is that it only has 2 seasons, which is sad, but that's why I'm taking my time with finishing it. Although one thing does bother me about the show, which is this character named Reef. But if you guys can get past his sexist remarks, the show is honestly a banger. Sorry about all that yapping, it's just nice to talk about my interests. Now on to the actual drawing and why you probably clicked on this video. I was really struggling with the eyes, and I think it's because I didn't struggle that much with the hands, so the struggle had to be transferred to somewhere else, which happened to be the eyes. But I guess you win some and you lose some. I'm sure by now you've guessed what I'm drawing, and if you haven't, that's okay. I'm drawing a fairy, which is something I don't usually draw when I draw my OCs. The thing about my OCs is that they're always humans with power splashed here and there, but like I said earlier in the video, I stepped out of my comfort zone and drew her. Since I was watching Tinkerbell when drawing this, it only seemed fitting that she gets her own talent, and for this specific character I chose for her to be a dust talent, mainly because her wings have gold in them, but other than that she isn't really in the Tinkerbell universe. I am just now realizing as I'm editing this video that I didn't give her those fairy ears, you know, those pointy ears. I gave her normal human ears, so I guess that makes her half a fairy too. I don't know. Usually when I do the outlining of a character, I get stressed because this is usually the part where I mess up a lot. I think you saw that in my first video, but with this one, it went surprisingly well. I mean, I did do a lot of mistakes at the legs, but other than that, it came out pretty good. I think it's because I wasn't as nervous as the first time, but the outlining this time came out way better than I expected. So that's a win in my book. Honestly guys, let's talk about my coloring. I'm still trying to understand shadows and lighting and stuff like that more, because I want my drawings to look less flat than they usually do, but I'm definitely getting there bit by bit. Hashtag progress. It definitely looks a lot better than my previous drawing or my other drawings that you guys haven't seen yet, but we're getting there. before this year ends, I want to have filmed my sketchbook tour. I'm getting somewhere with finishing my sketchbook, but I still have a lot of pages to go, and if my sketchbook tour didn't come out this year, then it will probably come out next year, latest probably February. While I was drawing this drawing, I didn't feel as much pressure as I felt with my first drawing for this channel, because I actually enjoyed what I was doing, and I wasn't feeling pressurized to do this amazing thing. I was honestly enjoying the whole process. The coloring, maybe more so the coloring than the drawing, because I just love coloring. I enjoyed the coloring a lot. I enjoyed the outline. It came out amazing. And the hair, I wasn't sure about the orange color, but I think it suits her. I don't know, maybe I'll change it later into more of like a darker color, maybe a red. But other than that, I really liked this drawing. I didn't hate it. As soon as I was done, I actually admired it a lot more, and I was like, wow, this looks amazing. When I was making this video, originally I wanted it to be a cozy sketch with me video, but like my house is never silent, so I couldn't do that, and my dog is always barking. Like my house is never silent, so that's why I couldn't do a cozy sketch with me. That's why you're hearing the music over and over and over again. I'll try to do a cozy sketch with me, but I'm not making any promises. This time I tried to do more with the background of my character. Instead of just outlining her, I wanted it to be more foresty like. Something like that. But I didn't want it to just be her on a blank page. So I decided to give her a background that's like forest like, but not really. But what I came up with, I really liked. I'm trying to do more backgrounds on my characters, but like it's take a shot every time I see a but anyway, I'm trying to do more backgrounds for my characters, but I never do. So this is my attempt at using more of my imagination to really give my sketch page more things for people to look at if they ever like open my book and see my drawings. I was doing like a vine but then I decided to go with a darker color because you couldn't really see it against the lighter green. So I went with a darker green, the same green that I used on her dress. And I decided to make the whole vine go around the girl. I thought it looked better like that instead of just one random vine at her legs. And now that I'm looking at it, if you squint a bit, it kind of looks like a skull. It looks like a skull if you see the outlines, and I didn't notice that when I was doing this, but I guess you can see a skull. And I decided to do an arch over her, like she's this ethereal fairy who's descending against her, I don't know, other fairy friends. But yeah, I decided to do something different, and I really like this. I really do. I'm trying to do more backgrounds, as I said before, but I really liked what I did here, even though it kind of looks like a skull, but it's fine. Here I wanted to add a bit more detailing, but I don't think I like it as much. I don't know, it feels out of place, but it's not terrible, I'll say that. But if I could have undone it, I would, because looking back at it now, I really don't like it. But I think it adds more to the drawing, even though I don't like it at all. I'm going in for the final details, just touching up some things I noticed, and yeah, outlining it for the last time to really make it pop. The hair, I really wanted to add more dimension to the hair. I don't know what happened. It just looks, it's just there, to be honest. But I'll try to do better with my hair next time, to add more depth to my hair instead of it just being one color. And that's the end of the video. Thank you guys for coming back to my channel and watching, and I'll see you next week.